Alright, I hope you're doing well this evening. J.M. Wood here from Honey Hole Farms in Middle Georgia. This is my home, and I have multiple beehives here, but I wanted to, it's middle of August, and dearth is really hot and heavy right here, and there's a lot of mistakes that have happened, and I've caused them over the last month, but I've learned a ton from it, and I wanted to share some of that with you. You know, beekeeping is one of those interesting things where you just learn a ton the more you stay in your hives. You might think you know what's going on, but you just have to stay on top of them, and it's a constant learning process. But you know, August is such a tough month. End of July was tough because the bees had a couple of hives. I lost a hive and I thought they just simply absconded. Turns out after losing a couple of other hives, it was really robbing, and I've got some robbing screens on order. They can't get here fast enough, but I wanted to show you. I'm gonna put some feed on these bees today and kind of talk to you about a couple of things that I have learned that hopefully you can learn from me, and you probably already know these things, or just be reminded, hey, it might be a good time to put on some robber screens or some of the other things that you need to be careful of in August. Okay, stay with me. Okay, now here's the first big hive I'm going to show you. Bees are coming in and out. They've got some good activity. I'll tell you, make sure you reduce your entrance. Actually, I need to reduce it more, and I've got those screens coming, but got a lot of bees in here, and I do want to give them the ability to have some airflow. They've been bearding quite a bit in the evening, but you know, the entrance reducer is going to help you a little bit, but if there's another strong hive, really hard to stop them from robbing. But that's one thing I would recommend. But got some good movement in and out. Okay, well, I'm going to check this feeder. I took the top off. Still a good bit of feed in here. I'm going to put some on in just a minute, but you can see the bees are good and active. So here's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm not going to do in fact, one of the things I may do is just I'm going to leave this right where it needs to go in that opening. I'm going to pop this whole top off here and see if I might just check, see how the bees are doing just under this lid. Yeah, there we go. Look at all those bees up top. Okay, I'm not jumping into them right now. I really just want to see the numbers and see that they were good and healthy. So not diving in here. I don't want to advertise a lot of this, any of the stores they might have on here. Just want to make sure that they're doing pretty good. The numbers look good up top. Okay, and I'm going to put some more sugar water on here while I'm in it. They got a good bit in here, so they don't need a tremendous amount. Very different than a couple other hives I have. They're sucking it down each day. Okay, here's the next one. You can see the bees are at the entrance, fanning pretty hard, getting that airflow to work inside of the hive, keeping it at constant temperature. You know, the nest is going down in population right now, which is fine. That's normal for the year. We just want to make sure they're in good shape. I'm going to pop off this top and just make sure that this feed, they got enough feed on them. And I've been checking them to make sure they do pretty regularly. There's the bees up top. You can see them moving around pretty good. They got a good bit of feed in here, so they're either going out, and the bees are a little bit more active now, in and out some, but there's nothing that's really blooming right now with nectar. So just got to watch them constantly, make sure they got enough feed, and I'll give them just a little bit more here. I don't intend to mess with this one too much and open it. I lowered the size of this hive the other day, took some room off the top just to compress them into the bottom. So really just focused on them building up numbers in this lower brood box. Okay, here's the next hive, one right beside it here. Both of these really strong little hives. This one has been super strong, and they are absolutely drinking the feed just as fast as I can give it to them. I'm amazed at how much they're taking in. I did put an entrance reducer just to reduce it down a little bit, and that seems to have worked a little. I'm going to pop this top off here. Sorry for the angle, but it's pretty good up here. Nothing running around too much. Let's see, look at these bees. I mean, they have absolutely consumed most of this feed. It was absolutely full 2 days ago. That's a lot of feed. They're trying to rescue their buddies out of here, so let me just open this and I'm going to dump that feed out, get them out. Look at the bees pouring out of here. That's one thing I do not like about these feeders, but I'm gonna dump this one out and give them some new food here so they're not gonna drown. Okay. I'm gonna kind of take this away from the hive, pour that out. They'll dry off and come back, and then I'm gonna go up a little bit closer to the hive, put these back on, fish them out. All right, just for a second, I'm gonna close them up, set them down here, and I want to check something in this hive, just see kind of numbers at the top. This is a strong little hive. It's grown like crazy. And let's just see, look at the numbers up top here. All over the inside of the inner lid, tons of bees. All right, good numbers up top here. So I'm not gonna mess with them again, just gonna set them down, and we're gonna put the feed back on. I'm trying not to go dig around in them too much. I know what's going on inside generally. Bee numbers look really good and strong. Okay, well, I got this right back on top where it needs to go. Again, these girls really do drink down the water in no time, and I can feel this absolutely full. I forget exactly how much this one holds, but it is a fair amount. It's not a gallon, it's probably several liters maybe, but a good bit, and they will have this absolutely polished off in only a matter of 2 days, and I fill it up just about all the way because I know how much they get after this feed. So okay, that's good. I'll button this one back up. Okay, well, here's another healthy little hive. These bees are bringing in pollen. Got a lot going on. I've put an entrance reducer in here. Got a little area on the side, but I am hopeful to get them closed up pretty soon. Okay, here's the next one. Make sure, let's just pop this and see. We see some good bee numbers under here. I hear them. And there's a good bit of bees at the entrance, so you know, I have purposefully kept them without a top to make sure that their numbers were growing like crazy. Oh yeah, good numbers up top. You can really hear them moving around good. I'm just going to set this right back down. I'm not digging around in them. I really just wanted to see the numbers up top and then close them up. Okay, real quick, I'll take some of this sugar water. Let's see, I amped it too. I'm going to top them off with a little bit more sugar water. They ran like crazy since I picked up the lid, so they'll come back up here. All right, bees coming back up, start getting some of that water. A couple of things that I will say is be very careful about doing outdoor feeders. That's one of the things that I have found that I thought would be a great idea, and I even probably did them 150, 200 yards away. The challenge is when you have hives like this, there's always going to be a few hives that are just not as strong, and if the others that are strong, if they see or sense and smell that a weaker hive is holding some resources, it will not help them, and they will absolutely go rob them out if they can. Kill the queen. I have heard that most of the time when another hive robs one out, that there's a lot of times where the bees that get robbed out, the bee numbers, at least the foragers, end up coming to a hive that robs them out. So yeah, if there's any consolation, maybe you don't lose all your bees, but I hate to lose any, so that's one thing to be aware of. Okay, well, a couple of things that, especially during late July, August, and even the first part of September, that I have really learned to do is make sure that you put your entrance reducers on. Try to get them to kind of protect that opening best they can, depending on the size of the hive. Make sure if you're getting in here, do your inspections as fast as possible. Don't advertise any honey, any nectar, anything like that. Doesn't take much, and man, robber bees will be all over these hives and just rob them out. And once they start, it's almost impossible to get them to stop. And then I would say also make sure you have 1-to-1 or even a little bit stronger feed on them. I think that if the bees are distracted by something like that, hopefully they need a little bit to help with any wax. Of course, they're not going to draw out much now, but even using that 1-to-1 to help them, refill some of the resources that they're just not starved, to be honest. And then be careful with feeding outside in an outdoor feeder. I do think it's smart. I got the lake behind me here, but make sure that you do put some water out for them in small bowls or a bird bath or something like that. Put stone or some rocks all down in the bottom, some pine cones, things like that. The bees will light on that and drink the water. They do love that, but just don't put sugar water in it. If you do, you're just chancing that if a stronger hive follows back some weak ones that are storing it up, they could absolutely beat them up. So, hey, learn from my mistakes, and hey, if you like, subscribe. God bless.